It's a reality check. You are the problem. When there's conflict, you say, I'm the problem? Well, not the whole problem, but believe me, if there's two people tangling, they're both dancing. See, you didn't get ripped up out of the chair and they start dancing with you and you didn't do it. You have some role in this, and James is saying, reality check, you are the problem. And you might say, but they're more, yeah, it's okay. Follow me on this. I understand that you're not alone in this, but you can't do anything about them and you can do everything about you. Let me try that one more time on this side of the room. You can't do anything about them, but you can do everything about you. Amen. That's it. Very good. And so he is getting ready to challenge us with some strong words about understanding and owning our part of the conflict. What does he say? What causes quarrels and what causes fights among you? This word quarrels is actually a military term. The word quarrel means to make war. What causes you to make war with others? Now remember, my brothers, he's talking to the church. He's not talking about politics. They fight for other reasons. He's not talking about in the marketplace. He's talking about in the church, amongst godly people, in godly families. Why do we do this? What causes quarrels and what causes fights among you? And then he answers it. Is it not this, that your passions, this word passions, everybody say passions. The word passions is a word in the Greek that you know, hedones. You've heard of hedonism? It's where you want to satisfy your own desires, and they're hedonistic. What is it that causes this? It's that your hedonism, your passions are at war within you. And not just that, he goes on to describe the scenario. You desire and you do not have, so you murder. Now, thanks be to God, that's never happened in a church service that I'm aware of. I've never had two guys fighting over, where the vacuum is and they kill each other. But what he's using is hyperbolic language, saying, you want something so bad, you desire, and you can't have it, so you're willing to kill. You covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. Now, this word covet is an interesting word. In the Greek, zelos. It's where we get the word zealous. And if you're zealous in a good way, it's pronounced zealous. And if you're zealous in a bad way, it's pronounced covet. If you're zealous for your wife, that's a good thing. If you're zealous for somebody else's wife, that's a bad thing. Very good. And so it's the same word. It's to be excited about and want and long for something. But when you want and long for the wrong thing, everybody say wrong thing. When you want and long for the wrong thing, here's what he says. It causes you to fight and quarrel. And then this incredible statement, he's talking about the church, my brothers talking to him, the Lord. You do not have because you do not ask. Now you could be in trouble because you say, so all I got to ask is, can I have his wife and she'll give it to me? No. Can I have this thing I'm not supposed to have that I'm coveting and God will make sure I have it? No. That's not what it is. You see, we misunderstand. We think that prayer moves God, but prayer is supposed to move us. And so if I'm wanting something that I shouldn't have, and I'm legitimately seeking God, and I'm legitimately praying, then the God of the universe will lovingly correct me and get me back on the right track. And so the reason that we fight is because our hedonistic passions, our desires, our coveting, our zealousness for things that we shouldn't have is driving us. But if we would pray and take these things to him, he'd begin to correct in us and who we are. You ask and do not receive because you ask wrongly. Everybody say wrongly. Wrongly is kakos in the Greek, and it's another word for evil. You ask evilly and you spend it. There's hedonism again, by the way. You spend it. The word spend is a word that means destruction. You use what you're trying, the things that you get are actually destructive to you. The things that you're yearning for are not good for you. And you're moving in this direction, and it's never good. Here's what James is saying. There's conflict, and maybe it's 90-10 and you're only 10%, but you got to deal with your 10%. You can't do anything about their 90%. That's between them and the Lord. But your 10%, you got to deal with that.